Okay guys, welcome to today's video. I wanted to start this video off today by saying thank you to you guys for 600 subscribers. Just a few weeks ago, we had less than 100. So it's been pretty crazy so far. I appreciate everyone subscribing. I really hope that you enjoy the content I put out. I hope that you guys enjoyed my 100 subscriber special burnout. If you didn't get the chance to see that video, go ahead, scroll through my profile, or I'll try and put a link up to that because you're gonna wanna see that. It was pretty wild. And we caused some damage that I am ending up paying for actually today. So we had a part on the truck break after that. No big deal, we'll get it fixed and we'll have it ready for our 1,000 subscriber special if we can get there with the help of you guys. So thank you guys for subscribing, liking, commenting, and we're gonna get into today's video. We're back on the Miata build. This is the bread and butter of the Miata build. In this build, it gets headlights, it gets wheels, it gets door panels, it gets the interior put together. Tail lights, but I'm just gonna quit talking about it. Let's get straight into the video. Okay, so what you see here is me taking apart the headlight assemblies. We're getting ready to install our LED bar headlights. I really like the look of this. I think it looks a lot better, but you guys let me know down in the comments what you think about it, whether I should stay with the stock pop-up headlights or not. I'm really curious to see what people's opinions are. Alright guys, before and after. I think that looks so much better. It's a lot more sleek. It's still not completely mounted in there, but I just wanted to stop for a second and let you guys get a little sneak peek of how it's gonna look. But yeah, we're gonna keep moving along on this thing, get that one bolted down permanently, and then move on to the other headlight. All right, so headlights, check, done. That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Very simple. Luckily there was metal there just to mount the light to. We did have to space them up a little bit with washers. But overall, I think this makes the car look much, much better. I think that looks so much better, and we already wired them up and everything. The headlight wiring that was already there, we ended up using. Super simple. Those are a 3-wire headlight. You've got your ground, your low beam, your high beam. Obviously, these are just like one setting lights, so we'll just have them cranked on our low beam wire. So, and I unplugged the motors as well. Originally before, as you know, when you turn on the headlight switch, it'd kick the headlight motors up and it would turn on the headlights at the same time. Now, all that switch controls is just turning the headlights off and on. So the motors are unplugged, so they won't do anything anymore. But I gotta say, that looks so much better. But we're missing something right there. On to the next part that we need to get installed. The coilovers. So I bought coilovers. These are cheaper ones, but they look very nice and they're gonna do what we need them to do. This isn't a spec Miata. It's not gonna be raced anywhere or anything like that. It's just meant to look good and drive slow. So, at least for now, unless, you know, things get out of hand and it gets a turbo kit or an LS1 or whatever. But we're gonna go ahead and throw these things on the car and stick around and see what it looks like after they're done. Okay guys, we need to get these wheels off. That was easy enough. Alright guys, coilover install complete. Check this thing out. It is super low. This thing has turned out exactly like I thought it was going to. The headlights, the side skirt, the front bumper, it just all goes so well together, and I'm so excited to have this thing done. Alright guys, we drove all the way up here to Jegs to meet somebody for some wheels, and I want to let you guys check them out. Pretty sick if I do say so myself. Alright guys, as you saw in the last clip, we finally got our new wheels. We lucked out, we found some that were relatively local. It was about a 2-hour round trip drive, but overall, I think it was super worth it. But I'm gonna let you guys check these things out. They are 16 by 8s with a 20 millimeter offset, I believe it was. The tires are 165 45/16s, so they are super skinny. They're super stretched, but that's all right. We're gonna see how they look on the car and go from there. If we have to get bigger tires, we will. But we've been waiting on this moment since the beginning of this build. So let's quit talking about it and get these wheels thrown on the car. All right, now let's get these wheels off. That was easy enough.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy.
Okay guys, all I have to say is wow, what a transformation. Those wheels fit this car perfectly. I know I said I was looking for some bronze wheels, but these came up used, and they have these gold bolts on them that just make them that much nicer. We went ahead and got some red lug nuts. Our lug nuts wouldn't work. This is another day because I was filming that at night when I just got home from Columbus, and I realized that our lug nuts weren't going to work. So I went down to the parts store the next day, got us some red lug nuts, and it looks great. So I'm really happy with how these wheels look. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, but I'm really impressed with it, guys. This car has come a long way. On to the next thing. We need to get some door panels done for this car. So let's get to it. So one of the next things we need to do to the Miata is get some door panels for it. And we could just buy some used ones from somewhere, but unfortunately these cars are 30 years old, so the door panels just, most of them have a weird smell to them. They're wavy, they're not very nice. So what I decided was, they're simple enough, I think we're going to go ahead and try and make some. So I've got a design in my head. I'm hoping that we can get the correct fabric. I've never made door panels before, so we'll see how this goes. But we're at the store now and we're gonna get some materials to make the door panel. So I gotta honestly say, I never thought I'd be at this place to buy car parts, but here we are. So let's go check it out and see what they got. Here's exactly what we were looking for. Oh yeah, that's gonna work out good. Okay guys, we went ahead and got the Miata pushed outside. We've got our door panel and all our materials inside. We're gonna go ahead and start putting this door panel together and see how it turns out. I've never done this before, but it should be a good learning experience. So as you can see here, we have our door panel, we've got our fabric, and we've got some 1/8 inch, it's not really OSB board, but some type of 1/8 inch plywood. I think it's gonna work out pretty good. It almost matches the thickness of this factory board under there. So let's quit jibber jabbering and get this thing put together. All right guys, so what we're gonna do first is go ahead and trace this door panel out on this board here and get a nice silhouette of what our door panel is gonna be on this board. I do have the speaker cover laid out with the door panel. Reason being is I don't have the other speaker cover and I don't want to buy it. So I'm just gonna make the door panel all one unit together. So let's get this thing traced out. All right guys, as you can see, I've got this part of the way cut out and we're gonna go ahead and finish it up. See, we've got our door panel backing plate on top of our fresh foam, and what I'm going to do is use the backing plate like a template to cut our foam out, and that'll get us the shape that we need for our foam. Then we'll move on to our fabric. So let's get this foam cut out. Next is the fabric. Here's our fabric. We'll do the same thing. We'll use the shape of the door panel. And we're going to flip this so we have a nice white side to work with. Alright guys, here we are. The fabric is on, it's stapled to the back. I put about 300 staples in it. We've got rough cuts for our speaker, our door handle, the pull bar, and yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can't get this thing mounted. Alright guys, so last night I went ahead, got the door panel mounted and got all the trim pieces on, the door pull, etc. So I'm gonna let you guys check this thing out. There it is. It turned out really nice. So it was obviously very easy because the factory door panel is just a flat piece. It's just a flat piece of basically cardboard and then a piece of leather wrapped over it and foam in between. So all we had to do was recreate that, and it was super simple, guys. Anybody could do this. It was really easy, and I think it gave the car a little bit of flavor on the inside, made it not so boring. But yeah, so we do have to make the driver door panel. I've already got it traced out on this piece of plywood here, and we're gonna get that done, but we can't mount it quite yet because we need to do a window regulator on the driver door. But I did get this piece wrapped. I went ahead and wrapped this center console piece. It's like an armrest, and it turned out really nice. So all I did was just wrap it around it, staple it on the backside, and it's good to go. So, but anyways, I'm probably gonna do this driver door panel off camera, and the next time you guys see me, we'll probably be doing something else. I think I'm gonna take on the finish panel. I just bought it. I cannot believe how expensive these things are. This one I paid $215 for. Kind of ridiculous, but you can't really find them anywhere. So supply and demand, it is what it is. But we're gonna get that finish panel on. I've got taillights coming in today or tomorrow, and that'll wrap up the back end of the car because that's all we need. We're honing in on this tail pan, getting it sanded down, and man, it's been a pain. Somebody put Plasti Dip all over it, so I've been having to try and sand the Plasti Dip off because it just won't peel off. But we're gonna go ahead and get this thing sanded down so that we can get some primer on it. Fill it. I might get some body filler out and fill like some little holes, like where emblems were and stuff. But overall, it's not gonna take long. And once we get this thing in primer, I'm thinking about spraying it flat black like the mirrors. I'm not sure. I'm gonna spray it flat black. We'll see how it looks. I kind of like the idea of doing a glossy black too, because I feel like it would match the wheels. But we might just try flat black because we already have it and go from there. If we don't like it, then we'll change it later. Alright guys, try to ignore the mess. I've been getting this car busted out. As you see, we've got the tail pan in here like I showed in a previous clip. But I did get some parts in today, and we got these tail lights in. They weren't my first choice, but overall they're a lot better than stock. So, but I got one of them in and I wanted to let you guys see it. There it is. Doesn't look too bad. I think what I might end up doing is tinting the outer, like this outer case of the taillight, just to kind of black it out like the finish panel is. I feel like that would be a better look than the clear lens, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'll see how these look in it once we get the car like done, pushed outside, etc. If we got to make any small changes like that, I can go ahead and do that, but for now I think they look pretty decent. Okay guys, so that is the end of this video. We got the wheels on, we've got the headlights in, the door panels made, the tail lights and finish panel in. This car has really come together. I mean, it turned out, I think, even better than I had imagined. The rear end of the car looks amazing. That turned out just like I had hoped. The Miata is, well, it's pretty much finished. I mean, unless we end up putting an LS in this thing, which I'm still not opposed to, it just depends. But one thing that I didn't film too much of was me doing the interior. So I did do a few things to the interior. I know I filmed the door panels, but I also painted the center console and installed a new steering wheel. Some simple stuff that was relatively easy, but I wanted to let you guys see that in this video before I ended it. So check this out. So obviously we have our door panels on. We do have our speaker covers on there, our cherry floor mats. We have this aftermarket steering wheel. The center console is wrapped in the cherry as well as I showed. So the interior is really nice. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you liked what you watched, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting more about the Miata. I believe the final video of the Miata build series will be the next video. In the next video, I'm going to be driving the car, hopefully getting some rolling shots for you guys, and just giving my overall take on the car. I did drive it a few places already, and I gotta say it does turn some heads. Usually by younger guys, but regardless, it turns heads. I've gotten a few compliments on it, and I've only driven it twice. So people seem to like the car. I hope you guys did too. Like, comment, let me know if you guys think I should do anything else to this car, if I should change anything on it, etc. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. And I would like to let you guys know that we already have our next project. It's going to be our first LS swap on the channel. Not my first LS swap, but the first one I'm going to record. And it's pretty cool. I think it's going to be a good project. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and that'll be it until next time.
I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn, no closure, moving closer. No